Hi there, Jay Tedeschi here, Senior Technical Marketing Specialist with Autodesk. Today we're going to take a look at visualization and rendering with Inventor Pro 2016. We'll start off here at the top level of the assembly for the BAC Mono, and we're taking a look here at a couple of different rendering modes. A second ago we were looking at wireframe with hidden edges. There's monochrome. This is technical illustration. Sketch illustration. There's a lot of variations, a lot of ways of presenting the model. Um, Several are the ones that we use most typically when we are designing, but there are also several that are included for presentations. So if you, for example, had some stylish image that you needed to produce, the tools are there to allow you to do it. Quick switch over to the view environment allows us to take a look at some things which are easily customizable and can really help you tweak these rendered views or illustrated views, regardless of the type of output. There's a lot of different methods of tweaking what that rendered or illustrated output is going to look like. Uh, Take a look right now at the ground plane settings so we can get this nice grid effect if that is something that you deem pleasing. Within there you can control for example reflection, the blur of the reflection, the fall off, essentially how the reflection is going to appear on the ground plane when it's enabled, which I will do right now. That looks really nice. Now, let's move up to a realistic rendering mode, which in essence, if it's enabled, automatically sets Inventor into ray tracing mode, which is, I didn't change that, so obviously we are ray tracing right now. As you can see, the effects are quite profound with the inclusion of the ground plane, the reflection, kind of looks like it's sitting on water. You can also change the interactive lighting environments. I'm changing to infinity pool right now. This type of rendered environment tends to work really well when we're ray tracing, as you'll receive reflections of the environment on the body of the model itself, as well as the reflections on the ground plane, which are quite stunning in this view. Let's take a look at some of the other options we have here with regards to the lighting environment. Now, some of these IBL environments include scenery. So, for example, this one, the Stuttgart Courtyard, and we're going to go in and edit this one right now for the sole purpose of we're trying to make the object, in this case the BAC model, appear as though it's part of this scene. So what I'm going to do here is look at the directions of the shadow in the back of the image there, and we're going to try to rotate the shadow around underneath our BAC mono and try to match the light direction that exists in the lighting environment, that dome. The reason for this being is we want this, to the human eye, we want this to appear as natural as possible. That'll lend to the realism of the image. Once we start ray tracing, the ray tracing is a very iterative process. The shadow direction has now been set to match the rest of the scene itself, and then it's just a matter of waiting for the ray traced image to resolve itself. Depending on the hardware that you are using, that could be either a long time or not very long at all. You'll notice that the reflection of the environment itself is shown in the reflective surfaces on the mono itself. You'll also notice that you at any time can pause the rendering and save out a image. In this case, I'm saving out a PNG file. We'll call it mono ray trace 1. Let's go ahead and save, and then the ray tracing will proceed from that point forward. Hopefully you saw some stuff that was interesting. Look forward to talking to you all again very soon. Bye-bye.